Body Social.
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Body Social.
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Carl.
This is all just for the radio.
And Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Body Social.
We are the #1 podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only podcast about social media that never forgets to thank OJ.
That's right.
Thank you, OJ.
Thank you, OJ.
I'm your host, Carl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I know everyone's hearts go out to Los Angeles and the people that lost their homes and blah, blah, blah. But let's not forget, a lot of people are losing TikTok this week, too. That's where my thoughts and prayers are going.
Yes, and actually that brings me to my next point, that there are rumors going around that this show will die when TikTok is banned, and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat that comes in, or you can have the AI voices read them to me with the super tip system, supertip.gg/WATP if you want to get in on that. And I just realized I have the Who Are These Podcasts logo hanging out in the corner.
Oh, my
Very unprofessional of me.
Humiliating.
That's humiliating. People are probably very confused right now. They're like, yay, it's fuck.
Damn it.
A special Thursday WT. Okay.
80% of the people just left.
Never mind. But yes, if you want to take advantage of that, we appreciate it. It's the way that we earn our bread on this show. Who Are These Socials? Is through your generous support and also let you become part of the show. We don't take callers, but we do take super chats and super tips. Now, Mike, we just did a show on Monday. We just saw each other. We were talking about Balin Dupree and her new TV show on TLC, Balin Out Loud. So you got to think, like, these guys were just having a conversation the other day. Are they done talking?
Not going to have anything left. What could we possibly say?
What else is there to talk about? Well, I have good news for you, because on today's show, we are going to start with banter.
Here come the guys with the banter. Bunch of frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
That's right. This is the only show that starts off with two co-hosts having a conversation, what I refer to as banter, to start things off and to get everyone eased into the program. And a few things happened, especially today. A few things happened, including we lost Bob Uecker today.
I know, very sad.
It is very sad. Now, he's 90 years old, so these things happen.
A great man, and I think I prefer Bob Uecker's stories more than Bob Uecker's actual work. I tweeted out Norm Macdonald's Bob Uecker story. I saw people tweeting Artie Lang's Bob Uecker story. A true legend.
I rewatched, someone sent it to me today, when Norm was on Howard and they were both telling Bob Uecker stories.
Yes.
Which is
tell
fantastic.
Norm didn't want Artie to tell that story, but
yeah, Norm's just like, he's pissed at you and I want to still be his friend. So
check out the tits on that broad.
Yeah, the best was Artie goes, now Norm might not remember this because he still wants to be friends with him, but what happened was, now I remember, of course, the great Bob Uecker was in Major League, one of the great sports movies of all time. And I've had this on my board since I started Who Are These Podcasts back in 2016.
Dynamite drop-in money. That broadcast school has really paid off.
I don't use it enough, but it happens so often that you have a guy just add nothing to the conversation.
A bizarrely versatile guy. Like, he was a great Tonight Show guest. He was on Mr. Belvedere.
Yes.
He was a baseball announcer.
And he had a major league career. He was a catcher. He won a World Series championship with the Cardinals.
Sure. Right.
Very interesting guy. Very funny from what everybody says. And actually, I was watching an old appearance on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson from 71 with him today. And, this show is so dry and slow. It's so different than late night shows now. Someone should bring back that format, because now everything has to be so wacky and energetic, and it's just kind of nice to just see two people calmly just having a conversation and cracking wise. And he was very funny on there.
Well, I liked the episode when Lennon was shot and Carson had a tearful meltdown. I know all the crying that went on in that show.
I should mention that Blind Mike just dropped the downfall of Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, it's up for members now. It'll be out for the rest of you people next week.
On Why Are You Laughing, his other show. And Jimmy Kimmel has become known for the guy who comes out and cries on late night now.
Cried again this week. I couldn't even get in. Like, I recorded this too early. I missed another cry.
He came out again and crying about everyone losing their homes in California. This guy is very emotional, that Jimmy Kimmel.
Son of a bitch about it, because I was telling you before the show, like, I wanted to find the most embarrassing instances are when he cries because Trump won. I was looking for but it's like he masks it in like, well, you're gonna make fun of me because I cried when children died in a mass shooting. It's like, yeah, I kind of want to, because you were on the Man Show. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, also, and I'm not going to tell Jimmy Kimmel how to do his job, but his job is to try to distract people from things like that.
Right.
He's a funny man on late night television. He's not a news anchor. He's not hosting a daytime talk show.
You know, I think Carson's motto was dwell on the sadness.
No, definitely not.
Let's give people a few extra hours late at night to think about how miserable their lives are.
Oh my gosh, I just lost everything I own. I lived in this house for 30 years. It's gone. I'm going to turn on Jimmy Kimmel to cheer me up.
And I lost everything, and it gets worse. Jimmy Kimmel is on.
What the fuck? What's wrong with him? Well, speaking of Bob Uecker and sports, another big thing happened on social media this week. You've probably seen it. It's been making the rounds. There was a Packers fan at the Eagles game. And the Packers fan, it's the first time it's ever happened. The Eagles fan was pretty rude.
Oh, come on.
To the Packers fan. I know. I couldn't believe it either. I'm going to play you. The New York Post posted this. So they're editing the swears out, but you'll get the gist of it. Okay. This is what was captured at the playoff game. And they say, warning explicit content.
You can't curse in the New York Post.
Dude. There are C-bombs, but still, I know. Yeah. That's the difference.
After reviewing the play, the runner was short of the goal line. They got one more yard, though. They're close. Yeah, but they're not in. It's not a touchdown. Yeah. So you don't up in the air. Okay, well, don't call her a dumb. She's an ugly dumb. Cool.
So the boyfriend / husband, whatever it is, turns to the Eagles fan who's calling his girlfriend or wife a dumb C word. He goes, hey, can you not call her a dumb C word? And he goes, why not? She's an ugly, dumb C word. And he's got his hands out like, what am I supposed to do here? This is what I have to work with. I don't know what you want from me. Oh, and then this Eagles fan who's got his buddies all around him. Everyone's Eagles fans in the stage. Like, you going to do anything about it? Like, oh, yeah, you're real tough when everyone's an Eagles fan around you. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Mike?
Being from Boston, I hear a lot of you always hear the stereotypes of how racist Boston is.
Yes.
Like athletes will say they heard things yelled from the crowd and all this shit. And when you live here, you're like, this isn't any more racist than anywhere else. It's just it's a stereotype that is just kind of stuck. Philly, I don't live there, so maybe I'd feel differently if I did. But you have like video evidence of these people living up to their stereotypes all the time.
All the time. It's just, the brotherly love thing is hilarious. It's just the opposite of that. They hate everyone. And so, did you hear about this story at all?
I did, yes.
Okay. So this man who's in this video was, this was posted on X or wherever, and the internet decided to dox him, figure out who he is. And so he's been banned from the stadium. He'll never get to go to an Eagles game again, unless he has some type of surgery. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might transition.
I wonder how good that technology is now. Will they really be able to nab him?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Someone else buys the ticket? Yeah, I don't know. But the crazy part is that he worked for a company called BCT Partners. And let me read you what BCT Partners says on their website.
Okay.
It says, they aim to harness the power of diversity, insights, and innovation to transform lives, accelerate equity, and create lasting change. I went to the website, and the first thing you see up at the top banner is book a demo to learn how we use VR to mitigate unconscious bias.
Oh, good.
They're a DEI consulting company.
This guy's the head of HR.
He's like a project manager. Well, was a project manager. He has been fired. Now, we can laugh about that, Mike, and of course we are.
Sure.
But should people get fired because they're being a douchebag at the Eagles game?
I will defend, oddly, corporations, because I think it's a tough spot when everyone's sending you the video. Like, you have evidence where it's like, this is how this guy behaves, and now we all know where he works. I think the shitty thing is that we all instantly go, all right, let's ruin him. Where does he work? Does he have kids? Where do they go to school? Let's find it all out. Like, that's the shitty instinct, I think. The company's in a tough spot, but it's us that are the animals.
As a person who this happened to, and Dick Masson refers to this as the job lynch mob.
Yeah.
They want this satisfaction of a person losing their livelihood. Now, does that benefit these people in any single way? Definitely not.
No, and they don't even know. It's not satisfaction is the wrong word, because they don't actually. They're not like, oh yes, he lost his job. It's just they move on to the next thing. They don't even really feel anything when this guy loses his job.
Right. So everyone works with assholes.
Yeah.
If you've ever worked with me, everyone works with assholes. Should everyone lose their jobs because of things that they say and do outside of the workplace? Of course not. And the fact that there's people who feel like that's their it gives them power or something. They can ruin someone's life by tattletaling on. I hate tattletales, as you know.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Remember Britt McHenry, like hot blonde that worked for ESPN
Yeah.
10 years ago or something?
Yep.
And she lost her job there because she went into like a towing place and just mouthed off to the guy. Like she was just a real bitch to him.
Yep.
And it's like, so we're all, and there are a lot of people that are like, good, she shouldn't be talking like that. She represents ESPN. And it's like, so we're all saying collectively, because this technology that captures people is only going to become more prevalent in our lives day by day. And we're all collectively saying, yeah, I want to be held to that standard. I'll never lose my cool in a public place.
No, that's a great point. And also, think about the people who get caught all the time doing this shit and never lose their jobs. There's only one category of people: politicians.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? The people who are actually representing us can get away with this shit all the time. But if you work for a mom and pop or a corporation or something, they're just like, it's such a pain in the ass. We'll just fire the person.
Right. Yeah.
I had thousands of people trying to get me fired from my job when I made fun of some missing persons podcaster.
Well, you deserved it, probably. But the others.
Probably. good point, Mike. I didn't realize that at the time, but now I do. Other big news in the world of social media. I'm not going to play the clip. I didn't find it that interesting, but I'll tell you what happened. Cyrax, we talked about him recently.
Yeah.
He's a weird looking dude. He kind of looks like a monster. And Brandon, who was on WATP, follows him pretty closely. He re-uploads videos that get taken down on his YouTube channel. And he sent us stuff that we watched last week. We watched another video with him on Cyrax on WATP. Well, he had a little incident. He was doing this karaoke that he does in his room. And he's rocking out and he's singing along. And then he stops and he goes, and he runs out of the room. And then you hear him telling his mom he just had explosive diarrhea and then it's everywhere. It's all over the place in his words.
There's no, as you tell that story, a lot of people might be thinking like, well, that sounds made up. I've seen enough Cyrax to know it's probably legitimate.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. He definitely did. You can tell by the look in his face, like, oh, how did this happen? What? So we have to report on the news. This is a social media show. All right.
I gotta tell you, that's what Jimmy Kimmel should be doing.
Right.
To distract us all from the misery of our lives.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. Thank you for understanding. All right, let's move on. I oftentimes like to start with some music.
Who are these music? Who are these music?
This is a song from It's Dig Bar, a suggestion from Herman Manley on our Discord. If you want to suggest things for the program, get on our Discord. We got a Who Are These Socials channel in there. You can find the link at whoarethese.com. It's free to join, and it's a fun community over there. So, I don't know. There's something about rap music when the lyrics are about being overtly gay that I find fun. And there's also polka music going on at the same time. So there's a couple of different things happening here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is a toe tapper. This one got me. I'm not going to play the second verse because there's too many N-bombs for me. But the first verse, I think, works.
Is that music?
This look kind of crazy. Sound like a pirate shit. There once was a nigga that sucked my meat. That sucked my meat. That sucked my meat.
What I'm gonna regret? Big nigga text, he tryna come at some sex. I'm like, damn, baby daddy, I be kissing on his neck. I love playing with his muscles every time a nigga flex. I just get excited when I talk about the sex. My bad, a nigga clothes getting bypassed. I said where you want it, he instantly said my ass. Ain't no with no lube, kinda scared, but I'll try that.
I like
if he got an OnlyFans, I'ma buy that. Big 808. That's
Yeah, no, it's a good song.
I'm in.
I know, I'm with you on that. I'm like, the lyrics are funny, and I'm tapping my toes over here.
And so far, just the right amount of N-words. So
So far, yeah. We're not going to play the second verse.
Nickname, I took him on a date. I don't want no food, I just want dick on my plate. He at 6'8", big cake, got a full ride to Mississippi State. He a lineman, nutted at the 30-minute mark, perfect timing. Grab it on his booty, man, it feel like I'm climbing. Bootyology, the only time I fuck with science. If I tell you I ain't straight, then I would really just be lying.
That boy come in right on the train. My dick on rock, I ain't talking to Wayne. What's in the sky? It's a bird, it's a plane. It's dick bar on the top of the game.
At the top, nigga, we ain't at the bottom like bikini. The dick just appeared in my hand like a genie. Dick bar, you so thick, man, he really wanna be me. Piping ass at the crib is the only place you'll see me. That's a fact.
Was a nigga that sucked my meat. Played with my booty until I just skied.
Come shooting out like a volcanic eruption. I got a problem, I see anus, I fuck him. Just like a leech, I latch on and suck dry. Sticking this 10-inch dick in his mud pie. I'm not even gay, I think I just love guys. Not talking about a fair when I tell y'all that I love rides. Welcome to the booty center, nigga. I'm a member.
Okay, that's where it gets a little wild.
That might be the first song we've played on here that I actually like add to my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, you're gonna go back and listen to that. You're like,
Yeah.
next time I'm on the treadmill, I think I want to
Yeah.
pop this one on. I'm with you, man. I enjoyed that song. I'm not making fun of it.
I am surprised in the last 8 years. I remember Opie and Anthony used to listen to a guy named Gangster F word.
Yeah, right.
And I'm surprised, like it was like a joke back then. It's like, isn't this ridiculous? I'm surprised in the last 6 or 8 years that hasn't become more mainstream, you know?
Yeah, Dylan from somewhere. It was on the exact same page. He was typing this before you said it.
Yeah.
Me
and Dylan are always in sync.
The rap was about converting a married man into a homosexual.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
That is tapping into a completely untapped market.
I would think so. I don't know how large of a market. It's niche. I gotta think it's niche.
If
but
we're tapping our toes.
yeah, why not? I'll buy the album. That's all you need to know.
And that doesn't say anything about us. All right.
Yeah, that's right. There are rumors about me. I just realized. People think I'm a real just do it over here. And here I am rocking out to that song. That's not going to help anything.
Be great if this guy's album was called Just Do It.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Next thing you know, Vince the lawyer is going to be cutting up video of this. It's all over Reddit. God damn it. I'm really fucking myself here. Mike, we have a lot of fun on Reddit. And we're going to a new subreddit. I'm the main character.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit!
This comes in from JCOD in our Discord. Thank you, JCOD. JCOD01, I should say. And this is a fun video. There is a visual component, but I think you'll understand what's happening here.
Okay.
There's a dad with two young girls, and the older of the two young girls is finishing a puzzle. The puzzle's a very cute puzzle. It's got a bunch of candy bars on it.
Nice.
500-piece puzzle. Probably took some time. She's very excited about finishing this.
Almost done. I'm working on this all day, right, Luce?
Yeah. And it was just me doing this.
Yeah, helped a little bit.
Alright, well. Done!
Nice.
Yes!
All right, high five.
You didn't do it on purpose, did you? What a cocksucker this guy is.
So
Dad did that?
The dad gives the girl a high five and then swipes down and whips it off the table and breaks into every 500 piece.
And we're going after to Eagles fans?
I know!
This guy should lose his kids.
I don't know. I think these girls are going to grow up tough. I think this is the way you parent.
That's fair. Yeah, they might be amazing artists or something because of this. But
The name of this thread is Father of the Year.
what a piece of shit. That's a great. I knew I would like the by the name of the subreddit. I knew I would like it because that's a lot of what we cover.
Oh yeah,
people that just live in their own world.
I'm the main character. If you guys find other good ones, please put
good.
those in our Discord or email them.
Definitely.
We do appreciate that. So that was a fun one. I thought you might enjoy it.
Jesus.
Let's get caught up on some super chats real quick.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you very much for being generous with your donations and being a part of the show. Like, Weird Comment has been a member for 7 months and says, thank you, OJ. Did we thank OJ yet?
I think we did, but
I don't think enough though, right?
No.
Ben C says best pre-banter banter in the biz. Yeah, even the pre-banter banter is on point.
That's been getting a lot of hype. People are saying the pre-banter even deserves a jingle now, I think.
Okay. Do you guys hear that out there? We need a pre-banter jingle.
As it was leaving my mouth, I was like, I'm going to regret this.
Mike, you're encouraging him. The show has too many fucking jingles.
I'm sorry. I wanted
You're
to
telling Carl to make more jingles?
I'm with you. I stand with you guys. I'm sorry.
Drew Smith became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Drew Smith. We appreciate that. $5 says, hey, Carl, you don't even eat hamburgers. Who are you kidding? You always talking about tortillas. No hamburgers. You're crazy, man. Hi, Mike. You got pork chops for dinner?
Yeah, sure.
I'm the crazy one. Listen, I wasn't born in Mexico. My last name isn't Carl Tacos. It isn't Carlos Tacos. All right? I can't help that.
That's a good point.
I come buckets $5 says Boston is a very racist city, Mike. I went once.
Stop it.
No, listen to this.
You're defending this too long.
I come buckets says Boston is a very racist city, Mike. I went once and couldn't stop pointing at all the ends and yelling N-word.
Oh, it took you over.
So I think he was part of the problem. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, it gets on you sometimes.
Ray Purbot $2 says, I mean, how many N-words is too many, really? Oh, listen to the track. You go listen to the track and you tell me if it's too many. That was my assessment. Hey, Koof is here. Koof with $5 says, thank you for not killing yourselves. See you at Hackamania. Use promo code the N-word for the biggest problem in the universe. Thank you, Koof. Thank you for being here. Hackamania. Hackamania.com is where you want to go to find out all the information. We'll be in Las Vegas, May 9th, 10th, and 11th. Live podcast, the biggest problem in the universe, as well as who are these podcasts, and this little piggy, and the creep off, Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve, Tukey Soup. You're going to have a lot of FOMO if you're not in Vegas on May 9th. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Silence do get $5 says, Carl, you seem to have legit animosity towards Clearwater Chad on Point Devil Point. Why does he get under your skin, or am I mistaken? Animosity.
That'd be a great rivalry.
That's hilarious. You know, Clearwater Chad's getting way too much attention from Stuttering John.
Just the seemingly nicest, most dim-witted guy there is.
I don't know.
No malice in his heart.
I know. The funny thing about him was all the emails I was getting from him before his appearance, trying to set up what we were going to talk about, what we were going to do. He's like, hey, how about this? What if I do this? And then you guys do that. I'm like, I'm just going to talk to you and try to figure out what your deal is. That's all. I'm not doing a bit with you.
I think you missed out.
Well, Silence Dugan, I want to let you know that if you haven't heard the update I gave on WATP, John has told our friend Clearwater Chad that he's a traitor, and he's told him to fuck off. So he did burn that bridge.
Oh, man, that's so sad when you see the finale of the Stuttering John show, and you think these guys will be friends forever.
This is fun. Look who's here watching us. Daniel Carver.
Oh, Mikey.
The great Daniel Carver of the Ku Klux Klan says, I agree with Raper, but too many N-words in a song.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear about your wife, Daniel, but.
Yes. Very sad. All right. You ready to head over to Instagram and see what's doing?
Of course.
On the gram.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you want to fight.
I got a note from Ben Hilton. And Ben Hilton's a guy who sent in, I think, 3 song parodies in last year's holiday song parody, 2 years ago, song parody contest on WTP. And they were fan-fucking-tastic. And he sent me a note for WATS. He said, Jeff Barrett's top lists are something to behold. Now, Jeff Barrett, he sounds like he might be from your neck of the woods.
Jeff Barrett.
He has 63,000 followers. His profile says his page is all about lifestyle, outdoorsman, and he's a foodie.
Nice.
And he does these top 3 lists. And I wanted to get your take on this, see what you think about this. Because like some of these older guys, I don't know if they understand how social media works or if they're doing it right.
Okay.
Like OJ was good at it, right? We can all agree. OJ figured it out very quickly.
Absolutely, yes.
He was actually ahead of his time when you think about it. No one was using Twitter for video only.
I know. Elon saw what he was doing and said, we need more of this.
Yeah. This is what this is. So this is what Jeff Barrett's doing over on Instagram.
Top 3 smelly fart recipes. Number 3, chili. Number 2, pickled eggs. And number 1, the people's choice, onion dip.
What do you think, Mike?
That really is. That's good. Maybe it's more for TikTok, I guess. I don't know.
Well, TikTok's
Vine.
Ways,
I'm
so.
trying to think of where
Vine.
where that belongs.
Well, okay, so you didn't love that one. Here's another one. Here's the top 3 foods you eat when you're sick.
Seems like this guy's got a real theme.
And let's see what he says here. I like that he offers no explanation, doesn't add anything to it.
Literally nothing. This is about as little effort as you could possibly put in.
All right, let's see what he says about sick foods.
Man, I'm tired of being sick. Top 3 sick foods. Number 3, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The mashes and gravies, you just can't go wrong with the Colonel. Number 2, Arby's roast beef. Bean and thinly sliced with the gravies. And number 1, the top sick food lover's joy. Burger King, the home of the Whopper. Me guts to have my Whoppers with cheeses, please.
A little more commentary on that one. What do you think? Think he's getting better at this?
I like that he's like, you know what? I'm going to stretch my legs this time and get comfortable. This is I've met many. He's definitely from Boston by the accent, I think, or maybe Worcester.
Yeah,
but I've met a lot of these guys, and they are the most exhausting. There's nothing worse than a ham with no substance. Like
he thinks he's
just
hilarious.
Wants to talk. He thinks he's funny, and you know he's making these fart jokes, and you're like, oh yeah, no, bean dip. That's good stuff.
That's pretty good. He's also, and this might be the finishing touch on this video. Maybe why I caught my eye. He did put on the Burger King crown for the last part
that.
when he said Burger King was number 1. You don't like that. You hate this fucking guy. Don't even start with me.
I like it.
All right, but
if they're in chronological order, I like that he's learning over time. He's like, you know what? I'm going to add more to this one.
All right, well, I got one more for you, and maybe we'll check in on him again in the future. But you know, I'm a Star Wars fan.
Of course.
Yeah. So he's going to break down the top 3 Star Wars characters.
Okay.
Of all time.
Top 3 Star Wars characters. Number 3, Han Solo. Never gets the girl. Number 2, Anakin Skywalker. Couldn't handle the pressure. And number 1, the Star Wars character's lover's choice, Luke Skywalker. Saving the universe, he's got my vote.
Wait.
What a bland list.
You know what? He's got my attention now, though, because the 2 and 3, he gives negative reasons. They shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah. Also, if he's watched the J.J. Abrams stuff, Han Solo does get with Princess Leia. They have a kid who ends up being a really bad guy, and that's not the point. He does get the girl.
Number 1, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, I was waiting for like some kind of punchline. It's like Luke Skywalker. I'm like, oh, this is what a fuck. Thank God it's not like a top 20 list or something.
Yeah, he really went with the B side of Star Wars. The more obscure guys.
Good stuff, man. Wow. Last week we played Whitney Cummings, and you were reluctant to bring Whitney Cummings because, you know, there's this tragedy looming near her house.
Yeah.
The fires
I didn't
are
know how it
coming
would be
over the
viewed,
hill.
me mocking her, but
well, you weren't the only one who mocked her.
okay, good.
And Whitney Cummings came back to Instagram for another video. Have you seen this one yet, Mike?
No, you know what? On Protect Our Parks, I heard Mark Normand say, he goes, Whitney's getting a little wacky on social media, huh? So I assume he was alluding to this.
I think he was. And I don't know what she's going for here. Maybe she's trying to be fun again or something. But it starts out like there's a certain energy here that makes me think that she's lost her mind.
Okay.
This is a real text that I just received from a friend of mine about the fires. I'm not going to cry because I got torn apart for my last TikTok video where I cried about my house maybe burning down. I'll spare you.
So she addresses that immediately.
Makes you feel a little better.
She addresses that immediately. And she's like holding back tears too. I was like, I'm not going to cry. People made fun of me. That wasn't the reason we made fun of you. It was because you wanted to go to TikTok at that time.
Sure.
Okay. But all right, whatever. Let's see what she's got here.
She's on a plane, and I said, do you want me to go to your house and get stuff out? Like, things that you can't replace. I'll go right now, even though the area is evacuated. She wrote back, you can't get in. Topanga's barricaded. The back way we use is being guarded by fire trucks now because some of the neighbors caught a guy setting more fires on the back of our hill. They chased him away. They called 911. I think they caught the guy recently in Woodland Hills trying to put gasoline in sewers. It's happening all over.
Good Lord.
So I love these people out in LA. And listen, last week I feel bad. I said that it is the funniest place for this to happen. We prefaced it. It's not funny.
Right.
Funniest place, but I feel bad about that. I have a lot of friends who live out there. But it's also crazy to me that their policy is every lunatic and drug addict and mental patient can just wander around in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
And then, like, they do crazy shit. You're like, whoa, buddy.
Oh, no. The lunatics and crazy people are rising up.
Yeah, like, you didn't know that this was part of it? That
They're sentient.
They would... You don't think they would start fires and start to mess with shit and be, like, angry at the people in the big houses and things like that? That was surprising to you?
When
Okay.
I went to San Diego around this time last year, and I was like, the one negative about, like, I liked San Diego a lot. The one negative is the streets are riddled with homeless, and there's human shit everywhere. Like, people just shit in the streets. And the common response I got was, that's California. Like,
right.
They just live like that.
They dismiss it, and it's like, you're the asshole for pointing it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
These people are sick. What do you want them to do?
Well, they banned plastic bags. This is the crazy part about this. They banned plastic bags, grocery bags. And that's where homeless people used to shit. They used to shit in plastic bags. Now that they're gone, they're like, oh, all right, well, I'll just do it on the sidewalk then. So it's gotten way worse.
Tit for tat.
Right.
I'll raise you.
So now that the biggest threat seems to be, in addition to Wynn, arsonists that are just lighting fires. So we're going to go to some places where that could happen. It's happening at like the base of canyons, and we're going to drive around, see if we find any. And what did I grab? Babe? What's the plan if we find one?
Swords.
That's why we got swords. Will you please take them before I get a splinter? I mean, what else is the plan?
Mike, you're not following this?
They're hunting homeless?
They're hunting homeless with swords. Arsonists, not homeless, arsonists, to be fair.
It's interesting because I think, if I know Whitney the way I think I know Whitney, I think she's trying to be funny here and realize she made a ridiculous video. But her tone suggests she's snapped and she's serious.
Well, that's the thing. We're a minute 20 into this video.
Yeah.
And if I just played for you, like where I paused it the first couple of times, you'd be like, Whitney, get a hold of yourself. This is not going well for you. Get off the internet. But this whole video, I think, is trying to save her image and show that she's still a wacky comic. But it takes her too long to get there, in my opinion.
It would be great if Whitney just became a homeless person serial killer.
Holy shit.
She moves to Austin. She takes care of the homeless problem there.
But it has to be with swords, though. This could be the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm
calling Anna Bush as soon as we end this program. We have a great idea to pitch here.
America loves a reboot.
All right, so we are traveling towards trailheads.
Imagine if she stabs two broke girls. It's crossover.
Which is where arsonists seem to be targeting with our swords. Now, the key to defeating someone who is doing something so violent and so sickening that, there's really not much you can do besides kill them. If that's not an option, then the second best option is come off so crazy that they just are stunned and just rethink their entire plan. And if anyone can out crazy an arsonist, who is it, babe?
to you, babe. For certain.
She has the kind of tone where you'd go, but you are kidding, right, Whitney? Like,
I mean, those are real swords you have there. So, what are we doing?
Good for her. I kind of like this plan. If she's really snapped and she's hunting the homeless, I'm all in.
I am too. Yes, I'm Team Whitney on this one. But again, it's arsonists, Mike, not just homeless people.
I got it. Yeah,
you're putting words in her mouth.
I understand.
She could take it one step further.
That's the PC way of saying it.
Yeah. She could take it one step further if she wanted to, but no, she's going after artists. I want to thank my buddy Mike for sending that to me because that's ridiculous. Now, you sent me another Instagrammer, this guy, Wes Watson.
Yeah, so I presented him for a couple of reasons. Because a lot of people have been people have suggested it to me. I've seen it on Twitter, Instagram. Like, people have been sending me his videos for some time. And I've seen a guy I follow, a big YouTube account called Too Lazy to Try. I'm guessing you've seen his stuff.
Of course.
He covers Wes Watson a lot now. He seems really into him. I haven't been able. The guy's clearly a douchebag, kind of a John Cirasani mixed with Gary V type.
Yeah.
He went to prison and now he's out. He's very anti-alcohol and he's very anti-nerd. Those are his two big things.
Well, yeah, I picked up on that for sure.
So I presented him for that because he's just the type of guy we cover here. But also, people seem more fascinated with him than I am. Like, there's a lot more here. Like I said, like, Too Lazy to Try has been covering him for a while. So if people can point me in the right directions, because what I saw, like, on the surface, it just seems kind of like, to me, a knockoff John Cirasani. Like, I'm more interested in John Cirasani than this guy. But they do seem very similar, so I get why people have suggested it.
Right, because he does brag about himself all the time and also responds to trolls a little too much for a guy who feels like, if you're that secure with yourself, you wouldn't be talking about the trolls so much.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right? What did he go to prison for?
That I'm not sure. I'd have to look more into him.
All right. Let's meet Wes Watson.
At my grandma's, I'm walking to the gym. I'm standing there by a bunch of people who probably have a lot more than me because I have nothing. But I look at them all and I'm like, do these motherfuckers know who they're standing by right now? I'm the biggest beast that ever existed. This is before I was famous. This is before I had any money. This is before I had anything. I just had these daily habits that validated me to me. That's the secret. And all you motherfuckers are thinking,
when am I gonna have my big break? When am I gonna fucking make it?
You ain't, motherfucker, until you are it.
Could use less profanity, sir. Over the top.
I'm always fascinated by the guys that follow, like, I guess Cirasani at least doesn't wear the mask. Like, he's kind of trying to motivate you. I think he wants to be one of these guys, but he doesn't make it his entire identity, where everything this Wes Watson guy posts is like, I'm helping you. Don't you understand? Why don't you accept my help? When even with, like, Tony Robbins, it's like, you're saying nothing. This is who is this helping?
There is a certain type of person who needs this type of content, and it's the same people that he would punch in the face if he met them in real life.
Oh,
he wouldn't respect them in any single way.
It's probably what he went to jail for, beating up one of these nerds.
Probably, yes. I would imagine. All right, so speaking of nerds.
I have a real fucking question. I know often I come here and I tell you guys I got a real question, but I still don't understand this shit. I don't fucking get it. When someone's a dork, when someone's weird, when they're off, when they're socially awkward, how do they not understand it? Or do they? Because a lot of people nowadays, like, really don't understand who they are. If they were to look in the mirror and see me standing there and them standing there, they don't get the difference. They're not a stud, they're a fucking nerd, or they're just off. Can someone answer this to me? How the fuck don't they see it? Because I know some of them don't see it at all. How don't they see it, or why aren't they truthful about it so they can change it? Because it's the worst way of life. I've always been cool, so I've never had trouble with that. I mean, the whole thing is
you and me both, buddy. Yep. I feel you.
Obviously, look how followed I am. Look how influential I am. I didn't just come out of nowhere. I was that way with anything I do. So, I mean, the whole thing is why the fuck don't these people get it? And why don't they realize they need to be around cool people more to be able to start to develop these traits and start to absorb what the cooler people are. And don't give me weird definitions of what cool and what not is. We know if someone's a stud and when they're a fucking weirdo nerd that's off as fuck, okay?
This guy's a dork. He's
He
a
really
weird
is.
nerd who's off as fuck.
I like that he's a 40-year-old man who's like, you got to start hanging with more ex-cons like me.
Yeah.
You
guys
guys
are
are cool.
Like you dorks, you guys surround yourself with cool guys. You're like, yeah, but those guys punched me in the head. They grabbed my hand and make me punch myself.
Also, I guess you're cool, but you seem very mean and angry.
Yeah, right.
You don't seem like someone I want to hang out with. At least, like Gary Vee, I think is a bit of a snake oil salesman and a con artist, but at least he's not like pissed about what he's doing.
Yeah, you got to be a little more positive. Act like you're enjoying life a little bit.
Yeah, Wes Watson's like, why the fuck do I have to tell you this all the time? It's like, well, it's the only sustainable income you have, so you should probably accept it.
If he thinks that he can turn nerds into cool guys, I will sign up for that. That would be take him to the task.
Carl goes in and out of the dressing room. Wes Watson's shaking his head.
It's a montage.
Yeah.
I get a pink tattoo that says mom. He's like, Jesus Christ. There's no saving this kid. All right. Let's see what else he's talking about here.
To know and not to do is not to know. If you don't take your shirt off as a man and people are like, that's a formidable man who will fuck shit up, okay? If you're not choosing to not disrespect yourself with your daily habits and your vices and your actions and shit, and if you're not...
Whoa, I just realized the graphic on the screen when he said daily habits, there's a football.
Oh.
You can't even watch football? This fucking guy, I don't like his program. It sucks.
That's lame. That's for nerds.
Yeah,
the classic nerd trope of sports.
That's all.
And your vices and your actions and shit. And if you're not financially successful, you can't talk yet. Too many people are prematurely speaking. I get it. You're starting to feel that message from...
Okay, this is the best part of this video. He goes, look, if you're not a super fucking tough guy who doesn't have any vices, just works out and looks buff with his shirt off, I don't want to hear from you. And then the graphic that comes up, I don't know if this is him or his team that's doing this. The graphic that comes up is 5 people. At least 4 of them are minorities, including 2 black guys and a couple Asian women. Now, I would have liked a white girl or 2 in there when he's telling people to shut the fuck up. But I still like what he's going for here. I'm getting the message. I hear what you're saying, my brother.
Purely speaking, I get it. You're starting to feel that message from within, which is a godly message, a universal message. I get it. You're starting to hear it. You're not ready to speak the way I speak yet, though. You don't have any fucking results, bitch. Shut up. Like, too many people are doing that nowadays.
He's like a weird mix of... It seems like he wants to be Andrew Tate, but like he doesn't have the balls to go as far as Andrew Tate does.
Well, no, you shouldn't, right?
No, which I agree with. But it's it's weird to emulate that guy, but then kind of like pull back a little bit and be like, respect people, but to a degree.
Yeah. I don't want anyone talking unless you've pulled off things like sex trafficking and, like all those things that Andrew Tate's on. Like, probably don't want to go
But
that
he
far.
lived as himself, goddamn.
Right, yes. This is a weird thing to do where you go on social media and you say, hey, I'm on social media and everyone else should shut their fucking mouth.
Right.
It's not a bad strategy. I might try it.
But he gives here's the thing is like, so we have a few videos here that we're playing. To me, it doesn't seem like he goes any deeper than that. Because at least with like John Cirasani, we get to lose him watch his money. We get to watch him bungle business ventures he gets into. You know?
He goes to Bears games by himself.
Yeah.
He plays blackjack with strangers who he gets mad at. I mean, he's multifaceted.
Yes, he's layered.
Yeah,
he's like an onion.
Compared to this guy.
But that's the thing is
complex.
all these videos of Wes Watson seem like, hey, fuck you, I'm cool, do what I do. But people are fascinated by him. Like, they've been talking about him for a long time.
Well, we have one more video from him, and I think this is maybe another level here because he's bragging about his wealth, and that's the thing that we haven't really heard much of in the videos so far.
After a long fucking day, I'm just always wondering, it's just like curiosity of mine. Do any of my haters even have a Rolls Royce? I'm not even really talking shit. I'm just wondering if any of them have a Rolls Royce or have ever had even one.
makes a good point.
In the description of this video, he explains he has 10 Rolls Royces.
Cool.
And he lists what they are. And I don't think he understands the law of diminishing returns.
What? Those are good investments.
No. Unless you're a weirdo like Jay Leno, there's no reason to own 10 expensive cars that are similar to each other. There's no reason at all. It's kind of stupid, actually.
Certainly not. Especially when you're, again, like Jay Leno is interested in classic cars, keeps them up. I'm sure actually would be able to sell a lot of them for a return. Whereas it seems like this guy just wants to have them so he can dunk on his Instagram followers, which seems like an even worse investment.
Yeah. When you go after the haters, you've sunk down to their level. You know, we talk about this with Aaron Imholt all the time. It's like, you can't say you're winning when you start every episode talking about the haters.
Right.
And so this guy sitting there acting like, guys, I had an amazing day. I'm killing it over here. But you felt compelled to rub nerds' faces in it. Shouldn't you be above that at this point?
And to you, Mr. Rolls Royce, I say, how many waterfalls do you have in your house?
That's a great question.
We might need to send John Cirasani into Wes Watson to take him down.
That's the matchup we
fire.
need. Yes. Yeah. Can we using AI or something? Can we make him put out a diss video on John Cirasani and send it to John?
That would be
he
nice.
Retaliates. There's got to be a way to do that, I would think.
So there's this guy trying to be me.
Yes. Let's make that happen. You know, I was watching the video of Ice-T getting pulled over. I don't know if you've seen this.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, it recently came out. It's police body cam footage. We had Jim Florentine on the Creep Off on a bonus show on this past Friday. And we were playing this video of Ice-T getting pulled over in his Porsche 911. And the registration was up, and he was driving the DMV to get the registration. He tells the police officer, he's like, I got 7 cars. You know, I'm falling behind on keeping them all registered and stuff like that. He's like, the cop didn't want to hear that, obviously. Mm-hmm. But there is a thing about owning a lot of vehicles just as a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not practical in any single way.
That's why I'm so free and easy.
Right. Mike's got 0 vehicles,
Unburdened.
No car bills, no car insurance bills. Don't have to worry about anything. Mm-hmm. One of the perks being Mike.
Yay, super chats.
Ill. Mike, what's your 3 favorite soups? Carl, favorite mac and cheese?
I'm not a big soup guy. I like a clam chowder.
Okay.
If you count that.
Makes sense.
I guess I like a chicken noodle.
Okay.
I don't know that I have a third soup I like.
All right. Mac and cheese is easy. Buffalo chicken.
Sure, if you're going to add something. Bacon maybe, but...
Bacon's great too, but if you're going to add some buffalo sauce in that mac and cheese, I'm in.
Bad.
Jay Loader, $5 says, does that guy have a shoulderless, strapless dress tattooed to his body? Thank you, OJ. Yeah, his tattoos are weird.
That's how you make money, baby.
I guess so. Detroit Dabbler, $2 says, watch Wes argue with Andrew Wilson.
Okay, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for suggestions.
Thank you.
Because to me, it seems a little repetitive unless you guys can point me in the right direction. So what's the name he said?
Andrew Wilson.
I'll try to keep that in mind. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Jot that down. Jay Dabbler says, it's okay, Mike. I give you the F-word card. Oh, I have an F-word card.
I almost spelled it, and then I was like, well, what difference would that make?
That doesn't help. Right, yeah. Well, there you go, Mike. You can now talk about your favorite rapper.
Excellent.
Weird comment, $3 says, even if outdated now, I'd still love a chip voice. Oh, you know what? We should put a chip voice on there. It's a good suggestion. I agree. I was watching Jim's new show with Nick Mullen.
Yes.
Hilarious. Very
There was
funny.
a great comment that I saw on that episode, just like in the YouTube comments. And because I did an episode about Cumtown where I talked about the influence that Opie and Anthony had on those guys.
Yeah.
And the comment was, it's great to see a father still love his son, even though he doesn't quite get him, which I think is the Jim Norton, Nick Mullen relationship. You can tell Norton loves Nick, but doesn't fully understand him.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Yes. Although I don't think anyone really understands Nick Mullen, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Anonymous, $5 says, that bald roid head looks like he plays Five Finger Death Punch on a loop. Yes.
Typical nerd.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael. I'm in the house right now. Can you see me? You're about to be juiced.
Oh, no.
Oh. Did we not thank him this quarter hour? Thank you, OJ. Please don't juice us.
How's OJ handling everything? Well, I hope. I heard him on with Tukey, and it seemed like he was doing all right.
I think he's doing fine.
I think the beef is squashed, it seems.
It's squashed. Cyberganic $3 says, if Wes is so cool, how many firearms does he own? Oh, that's a good question. Do we know the answer?
I don't know that he's allowed to own any, but
oh yeah, good point. He's a felon. All right, yeah, hopefully 0. And if you asked him, he would say 0, regardless of what the answer is. Mike, you ready to head over to TikTok?
Absolutely.
This could be the last time.
Maybe.
This could be.
Oh, this is sad.
This is sad. This could be our last time heading over to TikTok.
Cue taps instead of the jingle.
I know. The Supreme Court could rule on this tomorrow.
Oh man, my guy Ed Markey, Massachusetts senator, is trying to extend it.
Okay,
that's what our people should be working on. It's very important.
Very good. Yeah, because this is a key component to our show.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
Now, I'm going to preface this first one. This one comes in from Goss Goblin in our Discord. And I will tell you that I am not condoning this behavior.
Okay.
There's some shock value that really got me.
Oh, no.
But this is called calling missing children posters.
Oh, boy.
So a guy sees a missing child and calls the phone number.
Oh, boy.
Hello?
Oh my God, Mom, please help! Mom, please, please! So...
Do you see what I mean, Mike? I'm not condoning that. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
I hope it's fake.
I don't know if they put the mom's number on the poster. Probably not.
Yeah, if it's fake, it's very funny. Please don't do that to anyone.
We're laughing because it's fake, everybody.
Yeah.
We know it's fake.
That's good old-fashioned fun.
I got some recommendations from Doug from Who's Right. This one actually came in to him from Scatoni13, and he sent it to me because he knows that we handle social media around here. And so this is an interesting looking TikToker. I'll describe what she looks like, but I think the video has merit either way.
Help, I'm bored at work. Somebody help, seriously. Now, some of you are probably like, you're bored at work?
Okay. Her head looks like a head's coming out of it. I've never seen someone with a larger double chin in my entire life. It's the shape of a Mr. Potato Head or a pear. Like her head is pear-shaped.
Poor gal.
And she's poor gal. And she's wearing this shitty little hat on, like she's at a horse race or something.
At work? It's work. It's supposed to be boring. Not my job. Okay? I work at a nonprofit with my boss and one other person, and normally I'm inside, and it's freezing out here, but I'm inside playing.
Okay, that's a good comment from Derek. It looks like she had an airplane pillow grafted to her neck. Yes, that's actually a very good description.
You are painting a picture for me, and I appreciate it.
Yes. Frank says a smash. No.
Games, improv games. But today, because our entrance inside is blocked by a Christmas tree, one of us has to be outside at all times to direct people to the back to go in. Well, guess who has that job right now? Me, and I'm freezing and bored as hell. I am so bored. Somebody saved me. I really do like my job, though, I'll be honest. I love my job.
Oh, that's good to hear. That is,
as long as she's happy.
That's Kate Johnson, 36.
Interesting.
Has almost 1 million likes on TikTok.
She sounds lovely.
That video got 3,371 comments.
Interesting.
The Witch of the Waste.
Jesus.
Oh, boy. All right. Someone said she looks like the shit emoji, if you're familiar with what that looks like.
Ah, okay. It's all
Here's
coming
another
together
one.
for me.
Here's another one from Doug from Who's Right. He finds some doozies. Gotta tell you.
Doug.
She's a red hot fox, she can take the knocks. She's a hammer from hell, baby, can't you tell? She's a wild one, yeah, she's the wild one. Ain't no use, turn her loose. More, she can't keep score.
I'm a wild one.
She's a real wild one.
So
Doug's a bit of an odd guy. Huh?
he sure does like what he likes. Those are two of the ugliest people anyone's ever seen. I can't tell which is the woman, which is the man, or if either of them are either of those things.
Okay.
Chris Crisis says, not the toughest tongue I've ever had, but it was up there. So thanks, Doug. Thanks for contributing to these. We appreciate it. Let's head over to our buddy Opie.
Ba, 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 ba.
I have to say, since Opie launched his new channel, Opie Unleashed NYC,
yes,
he's been the talk of the Dabbleverse.
He's been unleashed.
He's the talk of the Dabbleverse. He is really filling a void. I don't know what that void might be, but he's filling a void for a lot of people right now.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
YouTube may need to implement some leash laws. This man is so crazy.
So you sent this over. You called this Up to His Old Tricks.
he's always out on the prowl, this guy.
This is what Opie's posting on TikTok to cross-promote his new YouTube channel because he puts the text up there.
Yes.
Opie Unleashed NYC.
Oh, the little fella made a little poo right there.
Wow, what a great observation.
Great observation. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I'm not a ma'am. Have a lovely day, ma'am. She got so mad.
What's crazy about this is that Opie's not the winner in this interaction.
No.
The woman's just like, yeah, I see the shit. I'm picking it up right now.
And
Asshole.
her reaction almost makes you wonder how annoying he was before the camera went on. Like, it seemed like this started already. But my first thought when I watched this, because I know a lot of people compare Opie to Scorch. Well, I know people
homeless people,
Dice lately.
the arsonists in LA. Yeah.
But my takeaway from this video was, can you imagine, like, if Sam or E-Rock ran into the studio back in the day, the peak of the Opie and Anthony show, and we're like, guys, Bobo is insisting we play this video he sent in. Bobo made a video. He wants to get back on the show. Here it is. They would have just gone, ugh, and moved on. And this is the host of the show doing that now.
Or they might have berated him for an hour.
At best.
Right, yes. Yeah, right. Well, so this is what's dumb about Opie. He lives in New York City. There's tons of shit going on in New York City all the time. And he finds a woman cleaning up after her dog. This is something that happens in front of my house every day.
But, like, let's say you wanted to make comedy out of that. Is the best line you can come up with, oh, did someone make a poopy?
No.
he's Bobo can outsmart Opie now. Like, that's the thing that was really, there were aspects of making fun of Bobo, who's, if you don't know, is a mentally challenged gentleman that was on the Opie and Anthony show. There were aspects of it to me that were very funny. And there were aspects at times that I was like, oh God. And I remember they always involved Opie. It was like ripping up his Mets ticket or just making him cry.
Right.
It was like, well, this seems ridiculous. He's just, literally poking the retard. And you realize, like, the more we've seen Opie, the more I'm like, oh, well, maybe he had a right to do that, actually. Maybe,
right, yeah.
Maybe he and Bobo are kind of playing on the same level.
Good point. Opie is, now I do want to preface before whatever I say here, just to let you know, I went on Bobo's podcast.
I remember that, yes.
A year ago.
Yeah.
And I think I lost to him at Super Bowl trivia. So I don't know that I can really say a lot about it.
Would you want it any other way, though?
I can't say a lot about it. But Opie definitely doesn't recognize how far he's fallen. We just were covering I did a segment about him on WATP this week. The video's already out on YouTube, where he's talking about how Anthony's fallen further than any other radio personality.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I saw you guys. I haven't watched the whole segment yet, but I saw you guys put a video out about it.
Yeah. You've probably seen a Clipper pulled it up, Style 19, I think.
Yeah.
Where Opie's trying to figure out with his mental gymnastics how Anthony's fallen further than him, even though Anthony got fired, started a media company that lasted for 10 years and then merged with another media company and continues to do a show behind a paywall that thousands of people pay for. And Anthony's made millions of dollars since leaving Sirius. And Opie's whole point was, yeah, but Anthony's so talented, he should be making $100 million like Joe Rogan. It's like, oh, so you just completely changed the argument.
That's about as good as an argument. Like if he's saying, I don't think Opie realizes he's saying this, but if he's saying, yeah, but Anthony was the talented one. He finally
is saying that. He doesn't even realize
the zeitgeist.
Right. He doesn't even realize that that's what he's saying now. He's just like, yeah, but Anthony's way more talented than me. Of course I'm doing nothing.
Credit to Opie. Like I said, I don't know that he has the mental capacity to realize he's saying that. So good for him for stumbling into.
He's a fucking idiot. That's my point. That's why I told that whole story just now. He's literally so stupid. He's trying to say Anthony fell further than him, even though Anthony's doing way, way better than him on every way you can measure it.
Well, it's sad when there's just a guy that says like anything to lift themselves up. Like I played clips the other day on the Blind Mike project of him saying, he's like, someone said, hey, Sam's the only member of O&A still. It's serious. And he goes, Sam was never a member of Opie and Anthony. Don't say that. And it's like, Sam was a massive part of that show.
I heard that. And he used to do the pre-show of Opie and Anthony.
And the
post-show. Yeah, the after show. Sam, I was listening to old Jocktobers the other day, and then I was listening to some old Opie and Anthony episodes. I think you even said it on the Blind Mike project. Like Sam was pretty much close to like a fourth mic. He was in the studio all the time.
Yeah. And like, if you want to say Sam sucked on Opie and Anthony, that's a different argument. But like to say he wasn't part of the show is crazy.
Yeah. Revisionist history, Opie. Yeah. Well, let's see. He finally runs into something interesting that's going on. Well, kind of interesting. In New York, there's these Trump protesters who want to start a revolution.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what he does with this. I'm sure he adds a lot.
If I know something about Opie, when it comes to politics, he's going to have some points. He's going to know exactly what to say to these people.
Absolutely.
Yelling means we got to go check it out. It's like some villains from a Marvel movie.
And again, this is promoting Opie Unleashed on NYC on YouTube. He's cross-promoting with these videos.
Good.
Being the Revcom Corps for the emancipation of humanity.
What are we doing here today?
I'm serious about stopping this fact.
This guy, oh my God!
We are working.
Watch out,
to
he's
build
going
and
crazy.
organize a movement of millions who can create a profound political crisis such that Trump cannot carry out his fascist program. For that to happen, you all have to join in. You need to join in. You need to join in.
You need to join in. I get it.
There he goes.
Get with the Revcom Corps for the emancipation of humanity. Join us in Washington, D.C. on January 20th. In
Great, Opie, throw something in there. There's a lot of this guy talking.
Political protest.
We didn't see this guy.
To bring out to people what's happening in the
Wait, NYPD. Oh man, bro.
We don't have to let this go.
Wait, what's going on down here? What's going on down here? All right.
There's a guy in a pig mask, and he's got another guy who's Trump with a Hitler mustache. It says fascist on his forehead, and he's got him wrapped up in this thing.
Yeah.
And Opie's take is, what's going on over here?
Well, the comedy speaks for itself, you see.
What
Opie
are
doesn't
you
need to
doing?
ruin it. He doesn't need to ruin it with commentary.
Here?
Oh my God, you just poked me in the hiney. I just got poked in the
Join
hiney.
us tomorrow, Sunday, at 3 o'clock at Revolution Book.
All right.
Up in Harlem.
All right. No.
132nd and Malcolm X Boulevard.
That got crazy over there, bro. Watch out.
So I talked about the fact that Opie watching a woman pick up dog shit on the sidewalk. It's something anyone could do anywhere in the world. It happens all the time.
Ridiculous.
This is actually something that you could do something with. Like, I don't see Trump protests like this. All these people are gathered around with a megaphone trying to get people inspired to go down to the Capitol on January 20th, and he's got nothing.
I don't know. It seemed like those guys were making some pretty rock solid points.
Opie had less than nothing to contribute. He got up in the guy's face and put his phone in front of the guy. The guy wasn't scared by the head or anything. It didn't change him at all. He just kept doing his little rally thing.
I disagree. I think they just got Opestered. They were victims of Opie.
He's the worst prankster in the history of pranking people. Fucking sucks. All right. This next clip that you sent me, I'm glad you sent this over to me because Opie's understanding of Joe Rogan's popularity is embarrassingly dumb.
Which is weird because Rogan says almost an annoying, with an annoying frequency now. Like anytime it comes up how Joe Rogan started his podcast or the early days of JRE or whatever, he always credits Opie and Anthony. He says, hey, it was Opie and Anthony that inspired me to do this. Now, he does say it was live from the compound more than Opie, but like he always credits Opie and Anthony. He credits the hang vibe that Anthony had. He's like, I tried to emulate that. He goes out of his way to credit these guys. And yet Opie he's just mad that Rogan's successful. Joe's never taken a shot at them. He's done just the opposite.
But he doesn't understand why Joe's successful, and he proves it over and over again. And that was one of the things when he was talking about Anthony's failures, is he goes, he should be as popular as Joe Rogan. Yeah. And I said this on WATP. I'll say it again. I think Anthony's extremely talented. I think he's going to be on WATP this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I always like talking to him. I like being on shows with him.
You know what? Opie's making a good point. Anthony should be Joe Rogan. Instead, he's hanging with Carl.
Right. Yeah, no, he could be doing better for sure. My point is, though, Joe Rogan is uniquely qualified to be Joe Rogan.
Sure.
Because the guests that he has on and the conversations that he has. Now, I'm not a fan of everything that he does, and I skip most of the episodes, but he'll get into discussions with people at the top of their fields in every single type of field and have a conversation with them and bring out like what they're doing and why they're doing it and try to make it interesting and compelling. This is something that Anthony's not interested in. Opie could never do. He's not passionate about anything. He doesn't know anything about politics or science or sports or hunting or, I mean, you name it.
Well, it's funny. Tomorrow, I'm actually recording the next Why You Laughing we're doing, the history of the Joe Rogan experience. So I've had to pull a lot of Joe Rogan clips. And it is amazing, like, how early on they just started having these weird guests that no one else would think to have on.
Right.
And people were like, oh, well, let me check out this guy. So it became this eclectic mix of people. And so Opie is talking about a guy with an incredible amount of interests, whether you like them or are interested in them or whatever. Like the things that Joe Rogan has some level of expertise in it seems never ending. Whereas Opie doesn't have one thing he can weigh in on that level.
Joe Rogan is interested and interesting.
Yes.
And that's what sets him apart from other podcasters, interviewers. He's not a funny guy. Joe Rogan Experience is not a funny show.
No, it's not meant to be.
It's not. It's not a funny show. Anthony's show is a funny show.
Yeah.
Anthony's always been funny. So the fact that he compares those two is retarded, but this gets even dumber with this clip.
Trying to do the ice baths because I want to be as cool as Joe Rogan, man. I want to lift dumbbells with monkey faces on them, man, and eat elk, man. That was just.
So I think Opie should stop talking about Joe Rogan. It's
embarrassing.
Do a lot of good. It's embarrassing.
And if you go back to Rogan's appearances on Opie and Anthony, Opie was the one to be like, oh man, it's so great how interested you are and all this weird stuff. Like you're interested in elk meat and and hunting. And it's like all these weird things, man. I really credit you for, and it's embarrassing if you put that next to this, where it's just pure jealousy, where he's like, now it's gay that Joe likes all this stuff.
That was just fun, relax. But I think I'm gonna get like a big tub, gonna fill it with ice and water, man, and prove my masculinity, man, with an ice bath. Oh, you're mad at that? Whee!
Who's mad?
No one's mad. A question for you, because I don't listen to a ton of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Is he like known for taking ice baths? He talk about that a lot?
Yeah, he's had like different experts on that say like cold showers in the morning. He does the polar plunge type shit. Yeah, so yes, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Adam Carolla swears by it. He talks about he does it every morning.
Yeah.
That's how he starts his day.
Yeah, I remember Shane Gillis saying that like Rogan made all those guys do that. It's like try it. So yeah, he's very into it, I think.
Okay. And so I just he's not the only one who does that. It's a thing that people do, and the fact that like Opie narrows down Joe Rogan down to elk meat and ice baths, you're just like, okay, stop talking about Joe Rogan. You don't understand. Remember, Opie once said that if he tried, he's not trying, but if he tried, he would be as big as Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, that's what's weird is like if people hate Joe Rogan, like if Anthony Jeselnik, who obviously hates Rogan, or Mark Maron, or one of these guys, made fun of the topics that Joe Rogan and had some substance behind it, like I might disagree with them, but I'd say like, okay, they're bringing something to the argument. Opie used to either actually like or pretend to like all the things that Joe Rogan was. He's like, oh man, it's so cool that you're into all this stuff. Like he wanted to be Rogan, and in Opie's mind, he was this guy who was interested in all this weird stuff, man. But unfortunately, like Opie's idea of weird is like, hey, I like beers. I should do the beer show.
What if there's a pineapple flavored beer?
That'd be crazy,
they
man.
Put pineapple and honey in this beer?
Aren't I obscure and niche?
You know what's interesting though? What you just said. So yes, you have Mark Maron and Anthony Jeselnik and these guys who don't like Rogan because they don't like what Rogan represents. And to these people, because this is what they've been told, they never listened to Joe Rogan, but they've been told that he represents bro culture, which brought Trump in and MAGA country. And so they think Joe Rogan's the problem because it's bringing in this conservative whatever, right?
Right.
Opie doesn't like Joe Rogan because he's more popular than him. Like, Opie's thing is just jealousy. He doesn't even know about that part of it. He doesn't care.
Doesn't have a problem with anything Rogan represents.
Right.
Like, oh, this guy's making too much money.
Yes. Everyone's talking about Joe Rogan all the time in all of his interviews, and no one's talking about me anymore. It's basically what it comes down to. Missy B sent this over to me this week. So there's this guy at Drama Alert on X. Okay. And this guy is doing what Opie should be doing if you want to be a prankster in New York City. Here's just one example of what he's up to. He's going up to homeless people and offering them options.
Would you like scratcher? Okay, I have a coin for you.
Let me back that up so you can hear the beginning of this. So there's this homeless guy is laying down in a blanket and it's obviously cold out.
Pick one. Which one would you like? Scratcher? Okay, I have a coin for you.
So he has a scratch-off card and a sandwich. Okay. It's like all wrapped up, and it's obviously it's a brand new fresh sandwich.
Okay, bro.
He picks the scratch-off card.
Good luck. No win? Okay, my coin.
He loses, and then he smashes the sandwich in front of him.
No.
And the homeless guy just
pick one.
There's another guy.
Scratcher or bread?
Scratcher, okay?
Okay.
Might get lucky.
Yeah, sure. Here's a coin. There you go. My coin. Good luck. You win?
No, there's not a win on there.
No win? No okay, win. My coin?
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the bread, my friends, we have to... Oh.
This is what my guy Keenan Banks should be doing.
Well, the thing that he's doing here, it's a little bit more interesting because first off, you're showing people, you're demonstrating why these people are on the street to begin with. They make bad decisions. But then there's also that destroyer element that Opie could get all into, smashing food in front of homeless people. He loves doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more of a commentary. It might be a little bit more potent or poignant or something.
I don't think a thought like that would. I don't think. Here's what's interesting about Opie, because it would be easy to say I don't think an idea like that would come to Opie's mind. Sure, of course, we've all said that, but I don't think Opie has ever had the idea of I need to do something more creative. Like I really don't think he's had that thought.
That's a good point. That's why his show is not getting better, and it hasn't gotten better, and it keeps getting
Right.
better.
Like I don't think he ever thinks like, okay, what do I improve? People are like mocking me and saying I don't come up with ideas. What's an idea? I don't think he goes through that process.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're right, but that's a crazy place to be in life.
No, I'll just turn on the fucking turn on my phone and stream.
Yeah, I'll just read the chat and make voices.
Yeah.
Let's get caught up. We got Woke Dad coming up, guys. This could be our last Woke Dad segment. I don't know what's going to happen. TikTok could go away. Woke Dad, he's reeling.
Nervous about it.
He's reeling. We're going to get into it.
Yay, super chats.
Before we do that, Carl's Frosted Tips has been a big supporter of the show.
Check your locks, Mikey.
Oh, God.
Is that window unlocked or locked? What was that noise? A mouse or a rolling orange? I'll have my knickers come in and write on your jackets and get your women pregnant.
Jesus. I may have squeezed more than I can drink here, as it were.
Oh, Mike. You're going to start hearing things now when you go to bed tonight. Is that an orange? Was that an orange?
What?
Anonymous $5 says that Opie video would have been funny if the lady had flung fresh dog turds at him. Yes. Should have picked it up and just shoved it at him.
I don't think Opie would post that. That's what's crazy.
No, that would have been actually interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Blind Mike, I heard the orange is stalking you. You can come to my rape dungeon, art studio. Here, drink this open soda. Getting sleepy? Unzips gender-neutral pants.
Oh, no.
Well, if I need sanctuary, that's a very generous offer.
Woke Dad is a thing for you, it sounds like.
Unzips pants.
Ill says, Wes is very insecure about no kids.
Oh, okay. All right. The layers are developing.
Insecure about no kids. He also says Velveeta was the answer to the mac and cheese question. Velveeta.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
CMOS 4044 coming in with €5 says Fatty Kate Johnson looks like PPP in drag. Oh, that's funny. I wish I would have seen that when we were watching it. Hi, Carl and Mike, and thank you, OJ.
Yes,
that's what we say
absolutely.
on the show. Mom Be Saying, member for 9 months, says, thanks, OJ, for making the show possible. BMWO.
Well said.
Mike, World Order.
Thank you.
Trent Pivo, WATS is the best show on YouTube. FOJ. Whoa. I don't want any part of this. I don't need this heat.
That's unkind.
But thank you I appreciate that.
I should mention he might be going through something. Apparently, I didn't mention that last week, and that was wrong of me. So, baby,
it never ends. But yes, WTS is the best show on YouTube. I agree. Blind Mike's ever-present slight lip snarl is inspiring. Say it 3 times fast. Can I invest in WATP? I'm actually serious about that. 50, 100,000, 10 to 15%. What's
surprised you can? No, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm trying to negotiate a deal here, Mike, and you're not interrupt. This guy wants to.
Me and my quips.
This guy wants $100,000 to get 10% of WTP, and you want to come in with a joke?
That's not bad. That's a good deal.
Email me, please, sir. What were you going to say?
I don't know. Oh, I was going to say I'm surprised anyone can see my lip snarl through this.
I know
tuft of hair I have.
I finally got trimmed up today. It seems like you're overdue.
Yeah, next week. I'm going to give it another week.
Blind Mike's ever-present slight lip snarl is inspiring. Blind Mike's ever-present slight... Yeah, I can't do that 3 times. Sorry, you got me.
Can't do it twice.
I don't even know why I tried. I can't do it fast. I think I started to do it fast, too. I don't even know why I tried. All right.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop, making videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
Woke Dad is nervous. TikTok might
Scary
go
times.
away.
God, this is going to be an uncomfortable conversation. I have some big feelings about this, so I'm going to give you a warning in advance. If you're not here for big feelings, this isn't my normal content.
Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for big feelings.
As opposed to your usual grounded material that you do.
Normally he's happy-go-lucky snapping his fingers. But today he's got serious things to talk about.
Yeah.
Fuck off. And the fact that he thinks this is like more serious then when he's trying to protect vulnerable children is also crazy too. But okay.
Well, guys, I'm usually easy breezy. But today we make it slightly political today.
This ain't no Sunday morning today, guys.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? This is why the left lost the last election.
It wasn't because Kamala Harris was the worst person you possibly could have found.
No, it's this.
Oh, okay.
It's TikTok.
All right. I'll hear about it.
It's TikTok almost being gone is the reason
All right.
they lost.
All right. Let's hear them out then.
It isn't because the right's message was right or correct. It's because they don't care. They don't care about truth or morality. They're going to share it and say it. And conspiracy theories get people talking.
Maybe a simplistic view, but
no shit.
We're about to lose our biggest voice, and instead of moving to our next biggest voice and continuing to communicate, we're all starting over with a completely different app. Because
okay, already this is sounding a little self-serving, isn't it? Is he really concerned about morality and things like that? Does he understand why the government wants to ban TikTok?
I doubt
He doesn't seem to. Yeah, no. He doesn't seem to. No, he does. He doesn't bring up like the reasons why it might not be great.
It's why they lost the election, of course. But
you know,
and this is also on a week where people are like losing their homes.
Right. Yes.
The second biggest city in the country is burned down.
Yeah, and his concern is he's going to lose his TikTok account. This tells you everything you need to know about what this guy, where his priorities are.
Yeah.
Because now he's swearing, he's fired up.
Like on 9/11, if you were like, I can't get into my MySpace. I lost my password.
an app because of morality. Do you know the morality of that corporation? None of these companies care about us. None of
morality. It's about spying. Can I explain to this asshole what's going on? It's about the Chinese government owning this thing and being able to use data and being able to spy, and
we want Americans to do that to us.
Yeah, that's what he's saying right here. He's just like, all these companies are doing it. What's the fucking difference?
None of these companies care about us. None of them do. What makes this a left-leaning app is us coming together. It's us. It's our community. It's our conversation. That's what does it. If our voice is loud enough, they can't ignore it. But if we start over, right before this president, who could be the most negatively impactful president of our entire life, comes into office, you want us to give up our greatest voice and start over?
Can I just point out, Trump's the one who's trying to save TikTok?
Can I point out he was president already?
Well, yeah, no shit.
This could be shit.
We survived the first time. We'll be fine. But literally, Trump is trying to get them to hold off on this decision because he wants to come in and save TikTok and keep it. Well,
I'd love to live in a world where Donald Trump gives a speech and he saves TikTok. And he says, I did this for one guy, Daniel Alexander.
Dan Alexander.
The shoe fits, my guy.
I might hate the words you say, but I'll defend my life. You're right to say them.
Next time he's wearing a MAGA hat.
I don't think that's the answer. I don't think any of these corporations care about us. And I think instead of finding new ways to start over, we need to find ways to come together. I'm not going to judge anybody for making the decisions that they make.
What? He just said he's not going to judge anybody for making the decisions that they make. So what are you going to judge them on? Their skin color and sexual proclivity?
Hey, like, Daniel, why stop now?
That's the reason why you judge people for the decisions that they make. That's the perfect reason. Like an arsonist in LA, you judge them for the decision that they made.
Nah, we don't know what the guy's going through.
What an asshole. Why would he say
trouble of life?
Why would he say that?
Or we need to find ways to come together. I'm not going to judge anybody for making the decisions that they make.
You should.
But I'm not giving up my next biggest voice. I'm going to keep speaking up and speaking out for what's right.
Hell yes, brother. What's really infuriating about this video to me it is a shitty thing. I think Daniel makes income off of TikTok.
Okay.
And that's his biggest
over $10,000, over $11,000 promoting his GoFundMe. Yes.
Well, that's true too. But like I think his TikTok is monetized and he gets money from that. And I'm sure it's good supplemental income that he's making. And if I lost my YouTube channel or whatever, that would really suck for me. And I might make a video saying, "Hey guys, this fucking sucks for me. Follow me here. Here's my Rumble," or whatever I do to try and solve that. It would be a selfish endeavor. Of course. It would suck for me. And hopefully you guys would say, "Oh, that does suck, Mike. I will follow you on Rumble." But we all agree it's selfish in nature. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it is selfish. Daniel is trying to make you believe that this is for the greater good.
Right.
It actually has nothing to do with him. It's a selfless deed that he's doing, which is the really gross part. Like if he just came out and was like, "Guys, I have a fucking mobile coffee shop. I can use supplemental income. My TikTok really helps me out with that. And I like doing it. So those of you that enjoy the message I put out there, if you'd be so kind as to follow me on Instagram and YouTube, I'd really appreciate it." No problem. I'm probably not sending you the video. But it's just this where he's like giving this, speech of rallying against the man to come together for the greater good. That's what's really gross.
Well, I think it's worse than that. And I have some evidence coming up that I'm going to show you, but I'll tease it right now. It's not even about the supplemental income he makes from TikTok. I don't know that he makes a lot of money on there. Maybe he does.
Yeah.
It is, he wants to be an influencer so bad. That's all. The only thing that matters to him is being a social media influencer. He doesn't care about the LGBTQ plus community. He doesn't care about any of the shit that he talks about.
Well, we've seen his early videos where he's doing like sketches that have nothing to do with.
He finally found something that stuck. He finally found something that he's connecting with people on. And so he's just like, "Oh, this is my thing now." He doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit. He wants to be a social media influencer. I have evidence coming up in a second. But I do want to point this out real quick. I listened to the No Agenda show. They have some theories on things, and I agree on this theory. The real reason why the government wants to ban TikTok. I don't know if you've heard this, but it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
TikTok is eating the lunch of U.S. tech companies. Right. And we all know there's a lot of lobbyists from Alphabet and Meta in Washington, and they're like, "Hey, everyone's going to TikTok instead of Instagram and YouTube, and we need to get this shit out of here."
Right.
And so they're finding reasons why, like, "Oh, it's bad for kids and they're spying and the data." But I would bet you the real reason is that TikTok is a better platform because Instagram tried to copy them. YouTube's trying to copy them.
Twitter's copied them.
They can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take. All right. Not my hot take, but my hot take that I've heard from other people. Sure. Here's some more from our buddy Dan Alexander on he's really melting down about this.
He's having a tough time with this.
If you care about protecting queer kids, maybe you want to hear this story because this is sort of important.
You know what? I don't, but I do want to hear this.
Hey, pipe down. I care. Daniel,
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I use this platform to protect queer kids, to give them safe spaces, to advocate for them. I use this platform to help get the Trans Safe Haven bill passed into law in the state of New York. I use this platform to raise money for an art studio to help support vulnerable communities of kids. And yeah, that includes queer kids. And this is all about to go away. This is all about to disappear, and I won't have that platform to be able to support kids like my kids who are members of the LGBTQIA community. Now, I started on this app.
You can't support your kids if they get rid of TikTok?
That's a great point. And he keeps saying that he's protecting these queer kids from who? From what?
From the trolls on TikTok.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, basically, these kids have more enemies than they ever could have had. You know what I mean? It's like, it's nothing to do with them.
Don't you get it? Bigots go on TikTok every day and they see Daniel Alexander's videos and they go, "Oh, I'm not going to hate people anymore."
This is crazy.
With my kids when they weren't with me. And as they came out to me, I used this app to advocate for them and for their community. This is what I'm going to do, though. If you go to my profile, you click right there in the links. It gives you a list of links, and it shows you other places that I'm at. And to be honest, YouTube's probably the one that I'm going to use the most because...
Oh, thank God. So there's a solution.
Well, he's showing 3 links, but 2 of them that matter. His Instagram and his YouTube.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about this because I'm confused. He will not name Instagram. He won't even say the word.
I think that's because Mark Zuckerberg does Rogan now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mark Zuckerberg just came out and said he's not going to police speech anymore.
Yeah, he's an evil guy because he does
interesting.
Rogan.
That's,
I mean, of course, you have to have an Instagram.
Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. I forgot. He's as bad as Elon Musk now. Yes.
Yeah,
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, God forbid you not have an Instagram. You got to have one. But
he's not going to say the words. I'll put it on the screen.
It.
Yeah. Wow.
Really want to use the other one. I don't trust the other one. I have to use it for my business, so I have to have it. It is a part of what I do to make money.
Oh my God, I am so stupid and naive. Because I see this thing with Mark Zuckerberg and I'm like, too little too late. But I forgot that there's a whole faction of people like Dan Alexander just like, what? You're not going to censor speech anymore? That's crazy.
You.
What's wrong with you? People can say what they want? That's nuts. So he's literally not even going to say the name of this platform.
Hey, something has to not be said. If Zuckerberg's not going to do it, some words have to be censored.
Holy shit, that's funny.
But if I get over 1,000 followers on YouTube, I can start monetizing. That money will go back into the art studio that I've built to support kids in vulnerable communities.
Oh, don't bring that up. Come on. We've already busted you for making your own pottery studio. What are you doing?
Hey, if I get 20,000 on YouTube, I got to tell you, the good that is going to do for kids, guys. Start subscribing to Blind Mike Project on YouTube, because what I have in store for children, oh my God, it's going to change lives.
Well, it's funny you say that, because if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I actually give that money to blind people. So it's a little bit. So it's a little bit better than a blind person, but it's a little bit better.
That's a good point. Yeah, subscribe,
than just
guys.
Children in general. Like, I'm actually a very charitable guy over here.
That's a good point.
Giving queer kids a safe space, and I'm gonna keep creating safe spaces. I'm gonna keep advocating for other people. Just because my biggest platform's gone, it doesn't change the reason that I do it to begin with. I do it to help people, not to help me.
Okay, keep telling yourself that.
I think he's currently helping about 83 people last I checked on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So let's head over there right now. So he's got his YouTube channel up, and he's ready to take YouTube by storm.
I have one last TikTok note as he says goodbye to TikTok, which I guess he's like preemptively leaving.
Okay.
Because he made these videos, and then like he started posting on YouTube, I think.
I'm not fired. I quit. One of those moves.
Yeah. But among 40 of the hashtags that he put in that video, one of them was art studio, which I found very funny. As if people are searching art studio, and then they're like, oh, Daniel Alexander has an art studio. Maybe I'll go there.
I'm surprised it's not donate to art studio or something like that.
Yeah.
How do I give my money to an art studio?
Hashtag money, hashtag donate.
All right. So now he's over on YouTube, and he's got a brilliant strategy for building an audience on YouTube.
As a TikTok refugee, I suppose I need to know what you like to see, because I'm a pretty complex fellow. I own an art studio. I'm a ceramic artist. That art studio supports kids in vulnerable communities. I own a mobile coffee shop, and I am one heck of a coffee shop barista. I also fight for legislation that's right, that supports kids in vulnerable communities and adults in vulnerable communities. I don't know. What would be interesting for all of you to see here?
It's not art. You make it.
Yeah, I mean, this proves he's not a real content creator. It's the first thing he says is like, hey, guys, tell me what you want me to do. Like, I don't know you and I don't care. What do you mean? What do I want you to do?
I would really like if you made videos that saved the lives of trans kids.
Oh, good. That's one of the things I do.
That's right in my wheelhouse.
In this place. Let me know.
Yeah, so he comes on YouTube and he goes, guys, what's going to make me a star over here? Hey, guess who just showed up over here? It's like, I was a star in New York and now I'm in LA. What do you want to see me do? They're like, we don't care. We already have our own stars over here. We don't give a shit.
It'd be great if on YouTube, like, he just fooled us with this trans advocacy stuff. And on YouTube, he's making like how-to videos. Like, here's how to make a souffle. It's just like,
yeah. Honestly, if he was just talking about being a barista and how he makes these coffee drinks, that might be better content than anything else he's doing. He might be actually skilled at that. I don't know. I don't care about that.
I've got an idea. Film all the crazy interactions you're always having at this.
Yes. All these conversations you're having, you're saving people. So I have a feeling, and I'm excited about this. I have a feeling that his YouTube channel is going to have a different balance of viewers. There might be more people watching him that are like on our side of things.
Ridiculous.
Than on his side of things when it comes to YouTube.
I doubt it. I don't even know his handle, so how would they find it?
Well, it's the @_shoe_fits, just like it is on TikTok. All right. So let's see what else he's doing over on.
I think this might have been a slightly older video.
Okay.
At least it seems like it. Yeah.
He joined YouTube in 2021, so he's been there for a minute. Doesn't have much content up there yet, but let's see what he's saying here.
I once had a conversation with a man at a VA hospital who was dying of cancer. And as I sat by his bedside, in the last of his few leftover days, he said it was liberating to be dying of cancer. And I asked why, and he said, because...
First off, the premise is ridiculous.
Who is this man to you?
Yeah. Like, why are you having these conversations? I got to back this whole thing
I just
up.
randomly walked into a VA hospital. I said, anyone dying of cancer here? Oh,
what an asshole.
I once had a conversation with a man at a VA hospital who was dying of cancer. And as I sat by his bedside, in the last of his few leftover days, he said it was liberating to be dying of cancer. And I asked why, and he said, because you aren't going to be around for the consequences of your actions. So you can do whatever you'd like.
Do whatever you'd like. You're dying of cancer. You can't do anything you'd like to do.
This guy's out raping and
yeah, I'm gonna get prostitutes. Then we're gonna go to the ball game later, and then it's
Who cares, man? It's all over.
Did someone order a heroin? Yeah. It's over here. Bring it over here, please.
And by the way, he's not dead yet. So with that logic, we could all live like this.
Correct.
We're all dying.
It's the Artie Lang prophecy. Yes.
Yeah.
And I just wanted this to be a firm reminder that I understand the human condition is terminal. I understand none of us make it out of this alive. But I want to be very clear that just because you aren't around for the consequences of your actions doesn't mean that the rest of us or the rest of the world doesn't have to deal with those consequences. I once had a...
So how old is that? Because that feels like a Trump thing. Voting for Trump thing. That when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I think he's sending that message again. It's like, oh, you voted for Trump, and now we all have to fucking live with it, asshole.
I've never known YouTube Daniel to talk about Trump.
So not YouTube Daniel, right?
I can't confirm that. That seems a little far fetched.
He asked YouTube what they want. This ain't it. He's got 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 shares. So whatever you're looking for, whatever YouTube's looking for.
I can juggle. What do you guys like over here?
Also, I love the idea, and I understand starting anew. We started a podcast, and then I launched other things that we've done, and you have to build up an audience. But it's just people. It's not like there's like I on my phone. If you look at my phone, I have an app for Instagram, I have an app for YouTube, I have an app for TikTok. Right. Like I've all these things, and I'm just this one guy. Sure. It's not just like I only look at TikTok. I only look at YouTube. Like, look, it's.
Are you suggesting that of 140,000 people that watch Daniel's videos, more than 83 should have jumped over?
Okay, yes. So let's look at his YouTube page because I wanted to talk about this. So this is his YouTube page. So far, he has 4 videos. They're all shorts.
Nice.
The first one has 10 views, then 9 views, then 12 views. This newest one has 513 views.
There we go.
All right, getting somewhere. He has 85 subscribers. I want to read the about.
It's bumped up since I looked last.
Okay, all right. So he's getting something there. I want to read the about. It says, I am the _shoe_fits period. You could beef that up a little bit. We know that.
Well, he doesn't know who he is yet on YouTube. So.
That's true. Yeah, he's waiting.
Yeah.
He's waiting for us to tell him.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I was alluding to earlier that I wanted to point out. His second video here, where he's got 9 views, the hashtag is social media influencer. Can you imagine making that your hashtag? Like, I got to look up, who are these social media influencers on YouTube? I got to find these. Oh, here's one.
Yeah, I can imagine it if you're an empty guy with one goal, and that's to be a social media influencer, rather than any political views or whatever horse shit you think you represent.
Correct. Dan's a phony. He lies. He lies about all of his stories that he makes up. He's made over $11,000 grifting people for this art studio that turned into his pottery, his own personal pottery studio. They turned into a business. And bye, TikTok. Bye. See ya.
No, we have to save it for the children.
Dude.
Which, again, we didn't even talk about this part. You
Yeah.
think TikTok is good for kids?
Well, that's another reason that the government says they're banning it is there's studies been done that shows it creates very poor mental health in children.
All of this. It's not about one
Yes.
app, but it's
No, of
all
course not.
bad for kids.
But TikTok, though, their algorithm is more addictive than other kids are stupid. They'll scroll on Instagram
Sure.
or whatever forever. But TikTok, like, it sucks people in.
Right.
You'll scroll for days and waste your life on that thing. So, yes, it is. All of it's bad. That's why we started the show, because we knew that. I'm going to make a bold prediction, Mike. You ready for this?
What's that?
TikTok ain't going nowhere.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Mr.
about
Beast is going to buy it or something?
Well, I saw that. USA Today was reporting on that today. I think Elon Musk might buy it. You know, you got Trump there. Oh, dude, that would be fucking awesome.
Elon, please get this to Elon. Elon,
Oh my
please
gosh.
do it.
Every video, Dan would just be like, "Now I don't want to be here. I hate this platform, but."
He's hashtagging down with TikTok, but he's not.
that's-
He's still on it.
I just please, if there's a God, make that happen. It'd be so fun.
Yay, super chats.
Mike, let's finish up some chats. We've got a couple voicemails. We'll get out of here.
All right.
Thank you all for watching the show tonight. We appreciate all of you for being here, including Matthew James, who says the app isn't left-leaning. That's just his algorithm. Yeah, no shit.
Right. Yeah.
Right. There's
plenty of maniacs on both sides on TikTok.
That's the thing that TikTok has figured out, is that they just show you things that bring you comfort and don't get you riled up. Like Facebook always thought, like, oh, if we get a lot of people putting negative comments and then people are having debates and they're fired up in the comment section, that's good. That's engagement. It actually turned people off and they got the fuck away from it.
Yeah.
And so TikTok came in and just went, yeah, I won't show things that piss people off. We'll just show things
exactly what they want.
Yeah. Oh, you like cute kittens? Guess what? This is the cute kitten app.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love cute kittens. Eddie Valentino, $5 says, some in the swingers community are also melting down from the ban of TikTok. Hashtag thank you, OJ. Is that true? The swingers community is not happy about it?
I'd have to look into that. I don't know.
Why would that be?
I say coyly.
I mean, you can fuck other couples without TikTok, can't you?
I don't know. Maybe it's a big hookup site.
Maybe.
I haven't heard that, but
I didn't know that. We're listening here. 5 pounds says, I'm concerned about the future of safe spaces for the LGBTQ plus kids right now. Crying face emoji.
yeah, that's really the most devastating thing is how the kids are going to be affected by this.
I mean, Dan is already pushed through legislation in the state. Can he do it for the nation as well?
I hope
Come
so.
on. Come on, Dan. Rusty Hang now, $2. Remember, thank you, OJ. We did not say it this quarter hour. Thank you.
Yes.
For reminding us. Weird comment, $3 says, do mobile coffee cart corporations care about us? They do.
Absolutely they do.
Mobile coffee cart corporations. It's big mobile coffee carts. They're the problem. Carlos Frosted Tips.
Soon enough, you will see me on YouTube, AR Walmart in Florida, being arrested for meeting a minor and being handcuffed.
That would also
I don't
be
think that's...
No, I don't think so either. But that would also be a wild end to this tale. For sure.
You here to meet Rebecca?
All right. If you go to whoarethese.com, you'll find a phone number, and you can call that phone number and leave us a voicemail, communicate with the show. We do appreciate that. Just let us know that it's for WATS.
Hey, Carl, this is concerning this week's Who Are These Socials. If you guys keep talking about football, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not joking. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
All right, sir, please don't do that.
Did we talk about football?
Turn off the show right now. The Bills-Ravens, Sunday night. This is a very big game. The Bills are favored by 1 point.
Then I'm sorry to tell you, I got to root for the Ravens. I need the Ravens to cover. I'm in a playoff pool where the team you inherit, so you get assigned a team basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got the Ravens in the first round. The Ravens had to cover. If they covered and lost, I would have gotten the Steelers or whoever they played.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
So now I either the Ravens win and I advance, or the Bills cover and win and I advance. So
so if the Bills win, then you get the Bills in the next round?
If the Bills don't
Well,
cover,
it's only a 1 point, so it's going to be
that's what I mean.
win or
That's what's going to
loss.
be tough. I think I need.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
But in my heart, I want a Bills Lions Super Bowl.
Yeah, and your buddy Carl, a big Bills fan,
Hey, you know
waiting
what
for
we
this
do?
all his
We
life.
bump this line up to 1.5.
And then you got a chance.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Sorry, sir, your voicemail backfired on you. I apologize.
One for Who Are These Socials? A joke first. Why is 9/11 like gender in 2024? Because back in 2001, there were 2 towers, whereas 2024, it's a complex issue. Just leaving a bit of room for that to breathe. Obviously, lots of laughter resulting from that. I just wanted to phone in about Daniel Alexander, and Carl made this point on the Drew and Mike show, on the bonus episode, but he definitely does need to show the children's artwork.
Yes.
Fucking hateful prick. Because you can't ask people and then actually get over $10,000 in contributions for a children's art studio and then say, oh, well, no, you're never going to see any of that. That's not how that works. I hate that man so much. Also, everyone should go to thecreepoff.com and vote for Carl. Thank you.
You've seen all his mugs?
Here's my prediction. He will show children's artwork, but it will be made by him, and he'll lie. And he'll say the children made the artwork.
Well, I suspect some who are these socialers have probably commented that to him in the past. Because obviously this show is in his head, and unless there's another alt-right show that covers him.
No, it's us. It's us and Drew, for sure.
So I think he's aware of some of the things we say. So yeah, I think you're onto something.
For sure. Guys, we got to wrap things up. Thank you again for hanging out with us. And I want to encourage you to check out blindmike.net. That's where you get all the links to the things that my buddy Blind Mike does.
Please, yes. Live Sundays at 10 a.m. on the Blind Mike Project. Blind Mike Project is the channel on YouTube. All my other links for wherever else you get podcasts are at blindmike.net. Why are you laughing? We just put out an episode about the crazy life that Richard Pryor lived. We barely even talked about his career because his life was so insane. So check that out. And next week, we'll be talking about the downfall of Jimmy Kimmel. That's up on Patreon now if you want to check it out early. And we'll be talking, like I said, we'll be talking about the history of the Joe Rogan experience as well. So consider becoming a member to get early access to those, or just support the show for free. I appreciate it. blindmike.net. And I was also on your boy Andy's show this week and had a lovely time with those gentlemen.
The All Apologies podcast?
Yes, we talked about Andrew Dice Clay.
Nice. In fact, Andy will be on WTP this Saturday, and I am going with him and Lucy Tightbox, producer Chris, and Jenny Jingles. We're all going to see Joe Matarese tomorrow night at the Comedy Club.
Oh, that's finally here.
Here in Rochester, yes.
Oh, that's very exciting. I hope to hear all about it.
We'll be talking about it on WATP. Like I said, I think Anthony Cumby's going to be swinging by. We got Dave Landau coming up on WATP next week. So go to whoarethese.com. And if you'd like to support the show, I would love that. Patreon.com/whoarethespodcasts. We put out 2 bonus episodes every month. I just did a crossover show with Dick Masterson that's up there now, where there was a woman, Dear Abby podcast. She gives advice on her show. And she showed up on her show after bawling her eyes out for an hour because she's broken inside as a human. And she gives advice to people.
Oh, good.
So that and Fierce Fatty we covered, and a little bit of financial feminist Tori Dunlap. So check that out. Patreon.com/whoarethespodcasts. We appreciate that support. And of course, you can listen to Who Are These Podcasts wherever you stream audio podcasts. 2 episodes show up every week for free for your enjoyment. Mike, we got to get out of here.
Have the day you deserve, everyone.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you were about to see is real. With Carl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.